Hi yogis, welcome. This is Moonbeams Yoga and my name's Marissa. Today we're going to be doing a Shakti goddess flow to kind of power up your energy centers. We're going to be working a lot with Mula Bandha, which is pretty much means the energy lock at your perineum, which is that little spot in between your anus and your sex organs, that little piece of tissue right there. There's a concept in yoga called the bandhas. We won't get too much into it, but all you need to know is that it means a lock. So it's going to lock in the energy. Our energy is a lot of times flowing downwards and leaving our bodies, but during yoga, using the bandhas and breath, we can be breathing deeply, lock the energy at the bottom of our pelvis and bring all of that energy shooting back up into us for more vitality. Kind of just the aspect of squeezing and retaining energy. So in this goddess Shakti flow, we'll be opening up the lower chakras, opening up our hips and inner thighs, and we'll also be working a little bit with Mula Bandha to help you squeeze and feel your womanhood. Or if you're a guy, this is also just an energetic term. So squeeze, feeling your Shakti power, Shakti being the feminine, Shiva being the masculine. Alrighty, let's get into it. See you on the mat. All right, yogis, hello, and this is going to be our Shakti goddess flow. So we're going to start today in child's pose. So bring your knees wide, big toes to touch, and then just walk your hands down and bring your forehead down to touch. You could take some forehead rolls right here, right to left. And start to sit heavy in your hips. And feel that nice, gentle spreading of your hips, low back, shoulders, heart even. And take a few more slow, deep breaths right here to drop in. And then from here, slowly come up. You'll find your way into tabletop pose and take some rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, gaze up. Really stick your booty in the air. Exhale, round, starting at your pelvis, letting your head drop down last. Take a few more in your own breath. Breath to movement. One more. And from here, take a little motion, and you're just going to sway your hips, making these nice big circles. Really feeling into your kundalini, your Shakti energy, that sexual power, sexual energy, some of the most powerful energy on earth. And take a few more of these rolls. And maybe you take kind of some head rolls along with it and get a little funky with it. Embracing this inner femininity, this inner creation, power, freeness. So good. And find a little bit of stillness, the yin to the yang, and take a couple of breaths right here in tabletop. Push down through your fingertips. Maybe you lift your palms off for just a moment and see what it really feels like to push into your fingertips. It's going to protect the wrists and really help you find balance over time, especially if you start working with inversions. And take one more breath right here. Steady gaze, drishti. And tuck your toes, downward facing dog. And walk out this first one. Ooh, nice big crack. Gaze at your kneecaps or belly button. And take another nice deep breath right here. Inhale, send your right leg up. Gaze forward. And exhale, bring your knee to your third eye. Pause right here. For 3, 2, step it all the way through between your hands. And lower your back heel down. Slowly rise up. And we're gonna bring your index fingers to touch, thumbs out, and the rest of your fingers are interlaced. Pushing down through your front heel on the top of your back foot, where your shoelaces would be, inner thighs pull together. Inhale, gaze up. And then from here, just plant your right hand down out to the side. If it doesn't go all the way to the ground, that's okay. You can just rest your forearm on your thigh. I'm gonna bring my fingers down to the ground, and then your left arm stretches over, feeling this nice, juicy side body stretch on the left. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, cactus the arms open, gaze back. And let's take 2 more just like that. Linking breath to movement. Inhale up. Exhale, open. And then from here, bring your hands down to the mat, tuck your back toe, and you're just gonna straighten out your legs. If this is a bit much for you, you could use blocks or hop your leg in a little bit closer for more traditional pyramid. Could even come up onto your calf or shin. I'm gonna stay down right here and just take a few rounds of breath wherever you are today. It's different every day. Feel your legs engaging. Feel it engaging all the way up into your core, your Mula Bandha. Ooh, see what that feels like. Once you engage this center, this deepest part of your core, it's gonna engage all of your legs as well. So take another breath right here. Lift up through your pelvis. And then we'll meet in 3-legged dog. So right foot comes all the way back up into 3-legged dog. And let's hold it right here. Take a nice big breath in, point your toe, lift a little higher. And then bend your right knee, open the hip. And see for a moment if you can kind of keep gazing. Open, see your knee over there underneath your armpit on this right side. So nice. Inhale, come back up, 3-legged dog. And then exhale, find a plank pose right here. And we're just gonna take 5 little tricep kicks, building up some steam in the core. Let's take 4 more for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then finally, let's come back into down dog. Come down onto your knees and take a moment here. Really building up some fire in the shoulders in our downward facing dog. And let's just roll them out. Some nice organic movement. You can go right to left. And let's take some nice little head rolls. For that organic goddess feeling, your goddess energy. You could even move your hands around. Other way. And you're probably in the privacy of your home. So if you want to make it a little weird, you can totally do that. That's all right. And wherever you are, hands facing down on your thighs to ground down. And let's just take a few deep breaths right here. All right, and then from here, a few more deep breaths, except this time, let's make this triangle with your hands. So your thumbs and index fingers are touching, and let's just place this in that little crook right there. So it's almost like your hands are kind of ovaries and they're pointing down towards your vagina. And just imagine pushing in right here, really connecting with all of those organs, connecting with this deep root inside of yourself. And feel your Mula Bandha, squeeze all of that good stuff up in there, just like you're doing a Kegel. And take a few more breaths right here, squeezing, squeezing, contracting. Feel your energy building. Squeeze. So good. Inhale, lift your hands up in that triangle. Follow it up. Yes, the Holy Trinity, mind, body, soul. Exhale, plant your hands down. Find your way into downward facing dog. So nice. And take a couple breaths here. Gazing at your knees or your belly button, legs are engaged, tailbone tilts up. Let's come onto your toes for just a moment. And then back down into your heels. Yeah. Flexing your feet, maybe your toes kind of come off the mat just a little bit. And when you flex your feet, it's going to help your heels come down to the mat. And take one more breath right here. Eyes are steady. Inhale, left leg high, point your toes, engage your toes. Exhale, plant it through. Actually, we're gonna hold here at the top. Yes, right before we plant. Touching your third eye, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now plant through. Good job. If you remembered that right away, extra brownie point for you. And inhale, rise all the way up. Index fingers and thumbs stick out. The rest of your fingers interlace. Oh yeah, gaze up. And taking that side body stretch, left hand plants down. You can come onto the fingertips. Remember that just placing your left arm on your thigh is always an option too. Really, we're just getting into that side body stretch on the right side. Wherever you land, try and gaze up. And breathe right here. Inhale back up. Exhale, cactus the arms open. Look back. Take 2 more just like that. And then from here, lower your hands down, tuck your back toe, and we're gonna come into that extended pyramid pose. Once again, you could always pop your back foot in if that feels better. And wherever you are, take a breath in, send the crown of your head forward, your hands could be on your shin, listen to your body, and then exhale, bow forward. And breathe right here, yogis. For a little extra challenge, what happens if you plant your fingers so that they're facing back and your arms are back? See how that challenges your balance just a little bit. All right, and planting your hands forward, come into 3-legged dog. So that left foot is going to come all the way up, back into 3-legged dog. So good. And come forward into plank right here. Then we're going to take 5 of those tricep taps again, getting a nice deep core workout. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and downward facing dog. Then from here, lower it down. Find child's pose. So good. And then from here, Let's meet back in downward facing dog. Doing so good so far. Inhale, gaze forward. Step to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands at heart center. And then from here, we're gonna come into Malasana. Goddess squat, totally fitting for today. So feet are nice and wide, toes angled out. And then you're just gonna reach up, grab that ball of energy, and then bring it all the way down. Yes, down deep into your core, and then sit deep. Maybe you readjust a little bit, find what works for you. Sit down deep right here and hold. For 10, 5, and stay right here. We're gonna do something else. So from here, inhale, coming out into chin mudra. So your index finger and thumb touch. You're just gonna go inhale, exhale. Inhale back to center, exhale. And let's do about 10 of those. So two more each side. Engage your Mula Bandha. And hold for 5 more seconds. Squeeze right here for 5, 4, 3. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And inhale, lift up powerfully. Exhale, hands all the way out. Take up space, people. Grow. Feel your fingers move. Open everything up. You are allowed to take up space. Bring your hands to heart center. Close your eyes. And one more nice big breath. Push into your feet. Feel your connection with the earth. And release. And from right here, you're just going to bring your hands down to your knees, rebending. We're just going to take some nice little kind of spider twists. So just send your left shoulder forward. Get that nice little spinal twist. You could even gaze up. And then switching sides. Right shoulder in now. Oh yeah, gaze up. Little crack right there. Coming back through center. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, fall forward, prasaritas. Make sure now that your feet are facing in, just like 11s are not pointed out anymore. And then with a straight spine, lower down, down, down. You could reach for the floor, some blocks. Maybe you only go this far. Just listen to your body, and slowly the crown of your head will start to move towards the mat. Eventually, as you can see like this, eventually the crown of your head, your hands will all come in line with each other. So it'll be one line of energy from feet, hands, and head, and the crown of your head will be touching down to the mat. That's just eventually, so you know where you're going one day. And just breathe wherever you are. You could grab your hands and sway. And slowly start to rise up, hands at your hips. Have a super flat spine, as flat as you can. and start to roll up. So good. Bring your feet back together, top of your mat. Hands at heart center. Inhale, gaze up. Let's wash all that out. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, take a little baby chaturanga on your knees. Yep, and just lower it down. And then inhale for up dog. Or you could take cobra, whatever's calling to you. Take one more breath here. Let your head drop back. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe right here. Inhale, gaze forward to the top, step, step, halfway lift. Exhale, bow forward, grab the back of your calves and pull yourself down. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, heart center. And let's do one more round like that and just kind of get the energy flowing and moving out. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, feet come back. You could take full chaturanga this time if you're feeling up to it. Skip it completely. Or take the bent knee variation, up to you. Breathe right here. Take 3 deep breaths. Inhale, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, heart center. And then from right here, you're gonna step your feet about as wide as your mat. So not as wide as we did in that goddess squat. I'll turn here so you can see. And we're just gonna sit low. Different kind of squat, more of like a frog squat now. So we're sitting low. Maybe you're up on a couple blocks. That's cool. Maybe you're kind of resting, doing this, whatever works for you today. We're different every single day when we practice. And we'll just sit right here. Bring your hands at heart center. Close your eyes once again and squeeze Mula Bandha. Squeeze all that good stuff down there. Feel the energy being trapped, being reflected off your pelvic floor, shooting back up into your heart. And take a few deep breaths right here, sending the energy down into this lock and then locking that breath, that energy inside. And this time, plant your left hand down, right arm up, gaze up. And switch sides. Left hand up. Maybe you're in chin mudra like I am, index finger and thumb touching. This is consciousness mudra. And just generally brings a feeling of peace. And take another breath. And back to heart center. One more breath. Gaze down, chin to your chest, gazing into your heart space. And then bring your hands down. If you can, extend your legs up. And just let yourself sway right and left. If that's not you, if this is you, you're still feeling the same thing, getting the same benefit. So just swing wherever you are today. Get a little silly with it. All right. And getting into that goddess flow, we're just gonna kind of dance it out, get a little flowy for the next minute, and then we're gonna go into Shavasana. So it's kind of a free-for-all. This is your choice to have some fun at your house. And maybe you decide to put on a song for this one, press pause, whatever, and let's just kind of dance it out together for a minute and get a little flowy with it. If you need some inspiration, I'll just kind of be doing some different stuff over here. It's actually really good because it's literally opening up all these little tiny parts in your body. Alrighty, and just let it flow. And if that's your vibe, just keep on going, press pause, and have as long of a dance party as you want, really tapping into your feminine energy and allowing yourself to flow. If you're done with that, let's go ahead and meet in Shavasana, because we're definitely gonna end this practice with every practice with a moment of absorption. So find your way down to the mat. And let's actually take reclined butterfly just for a few breaths before full Shavasana. So soles of the feet touch. Let's bring one hand on the belly, the other on the heart or upper belly, whatever feels good. And take a few cleansing breaths right here. Let your heart rate come down. And bring your knees into your chest and give yourself one final hug, you beautiful goddess you. Give yourself a real hug and say, I love you. You're a beautiful angel that can do anything. And I truly mean that. And come into your full final Shavasana right here. You'll have another 2 minutes to just totally bliss out and relax. Namaste.